Hey there, welcome back. It's Bobi, aka Paginator, and I'm here today to do my January 2023 TBR. Alright, so there might be a little bit of wibbly wobbly timey wimey kind of stuff going on in today's video because some of the books that I'm pulling may come from my haul that you won't see for a few more days, even though I've already filmed it. So, sorry. Anyway, let's get into the rolls. Okay, here we go with roll number 1. If you can't see, Ron is right down here at the bottom, and I'm filming this upside down to me so that you can see better. So let's make sure that I'm going in the right direction. All right, we rolled a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cabbage Pot. And so it begins. All right, so roll number 1 got us the Cabbage Pot. And I have taken my book slips from the cat jar and put them into the top hat to draw from, and I want to give them a good mix. As always, if I draw a book that I've already read that just happens to have still been in the hat, then I will draw again. Okay, so here is the book that we have chosen, and it is Why We Fly by Jones and Siegel. This is one of the ones from my recent haul, so we've already got the wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff going on. This is about high school cheerleaders, and these two girls are best friends, Eleanor and Chanel. Eleanor is still in physical therapy due to a recent injury after a failed cheer stunt. It was a serious concussion. And Chanel says she starts making questionable choices to deal with the mounting pressure of college applications, but they have each other's backs just as always until Eleanor's new relationship with star quarterback 3 tears a rift between them. Then the cheer team decides to take a knee at the season's first football game, and what seemed like a positive show of solidarity suddenly shines a national spotlight on the team and becomes the reason for a larger fallout between the girls. As Eleanor and Chanel grapple with the weight of consequences as well as their own problems, will they be able to rely on the friendship they've always shared? Roll number 2. 1. And we're picking a card. I can't read upside down. What does it say? Desna and Eska read a book about siblings. Roll 2 got us Desna and Eska, a book about siblings, and so I'm going to finally read The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. This is about Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's sister Nannerl, and in this book she has a wish to be remembered forever. She has amazing musical skills, she's probably better than her brother. She wants to be a composer, and these kind of things are not available, these opportunities, for a young woman in 18th century Europe. So it says here she will perform only until she reaches a marriageable age. Her tyrannical father has made that much clear. As Nannerl's hope grows dimmer with each passing year, the talents of her beloved younger brother Wolfgang only seem to shine brighter. His brilliance begins to eclipse her own until one day a mysterious stranger from a magical land appears with an irresistible offer. He has the power to make her wish come true, but his help may cost her everything. So it's Marie Lu. I love her work. I love her writing style, and it's bringing magic into the lives of people who actually existed, which I think is kind of cool. So, yay, I'm gonna finally read this. Before I do roll number 3, I do want to mention something else, and it's something I think I've mentioned to you guys, I can't remember, but I am allowing myself throughout the month, if I change my mind on what I want to read, as long as the new book fits the prompt, I am allowing myself to swap things out. So if throughout this TBR you see books that come up that have been on other TBRs, just know that that's probably what happened, is that I swapped for something else that fit the prompt. Roll number 3. 1 again. And we're going downward. Bossing. Oh, I've got this before. I should know what this means, but I'm going to have to consult G's information cards. Oh crap. Okay, this means read a book longer than 500 pages. Roll number 3 got us Ba Sing Se, a book longer than 500 pages. So, in the theme of books that I'm finally getting around to reading, The Kingdom of Copper, which is the second book in the David trilogy. Although I did hear that maybe there's a fourth one. Anyway, one thing at a time. This is over 500 pages. It is the second book in the series. And the first book, I'm going to tell you about that so I don't spoil things. Nari, that's all I say her name in my mind, Nahri. She accidentally summons a genie, or Jinn. It's spelled Djinn. And this thrust her into like this royal court in David, and all kinds of crazy bananas things happen. I can clearly, vividly picture the ending of the first book, even though it's been ages since I read it. So I am really excited to get back into the series. If you have read the series, let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed it, and please don't spoil anything for books 2 and 3, and 4 if there really is one. Roll number 4. And we got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pebble Attack. Read a book under 200 pages. Okay, so we're getting like a balance here. Roll number 4 got us Pebble Attack, a book under 200 pages, and this is another book from my recent haul that I chose, Nick and Charlie, a Heartstopper novella. It is basically a story of what's going to happen when Nick goes off to uni and Charlie is stuck at home because he's a year younger. So he's feeling left behind, and if they're going to stay together or not stay together. They've been dating for a couple years by this point, and they're both kind of questioning things. Is Charlie okay with his mental health issues? Is Nick okay in the new school situation? I don't know. All I can tell you is if they break up, I'm going to cry. So let's hope not. But there we go. Nick and Charlie, a Heartstopper novella. Roll number 5. 5. How did that work? We rolled a 4 for roll 4 and a 5 for roll 5? Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw a card. The Blue Spirit. Read a blue book. Roll number 5 got us the Blue Spirit, which is to read a blue book, and so I am going to be reading Northwind by Gary Paulson. This is his final book. It's also one that I hauled recently. You can see here we have some orcas and a young man in a canoe, and this is about Leaf, who is an orphan, and the small fish camp where he lives has been kind of attacked by this deadly plague, and he decides he's going to take off in a cedar canoe and go northward. And so this is going to be very like Norse area, like Norway, Sweden, Finland area of the world. He's not entirely sure where he's going, but as he goes deeper into his journey, he's going to be able to connect with himself and the ocean and maybe some animals in there. I love Gary Paulson's writing, so I'm really, really, really excited to read this one. You know, I just realized, okay, so let's look at the colors on I'm just looking at the viewfinder on my camera. This looks very blue. This looks purple, which it is. Okay, these are correct. This is a purple shirt. Why does it look so blue? That's weird. Anyway, moving onward. Okay, we're starting our bonus rolls, and here is roll number 6. 2. 1, 2. Cabbage Pot again. Okay, so roll number 6 got us the Cabbage Pot again. What in the world? This is bananas. Okay, so let's mix and mix and mix again. And I've got a hold of one. What does it say? A Wilderness of Stars by Shay Earnshaw. Okay. I like Shay Earnshaw a lot, actually. And the book is right here. Okay, let's get the hat out of the way. So here's what this book is about. Vega has lived in the valley her whole life, forbidden by her mother to leave the safety of its borders because of the unknown threats waiting for her in the wilds beyond. But when Vega sees an omen in the sky, one she cannot ignore, she is forced to leave the protective boundaries of the valley. Yet the outside world is much more terrifying than Vega could ever have imagined. People are gravely sick, they lose their eyesight and their hearing just before they lose their lives. That sounds terrifying. But Vega has a secret. She is the last astronomer, a title carried from generation to generation, and she's the only one who understands the knowledge of the stars. Knowledge that could hold the key to a cure. So when locals spot the tattoo on Vega's neck in the shape of a constellation, the mark of an astronomer, chaos erupts. Fearing for her life, Vega is rescued by a girl named Cricket who leads her to Noah, a boy marked by his own mysterious tattoos. On the run from the men hunting her, Vega sets out across the plains with Cricket and Noah in search of a fabled cure kept secret by the astronomers. But as the line between friends and protectors begins to blur, Vega must decide whether to safeguard the sacred knowledge of the astronomers or if she will risk everything to try to save them all. Roll number 7. 2 again. 1, 2. Trust exercise. I'm not sure I know what that one means. Oh, yeah, okay. I have gotten this before. I just had forgotten. Close or cover your eyes, spin in a circle, and randomly touch one of your books. Repeat if you've selected one you've read until you touch one you haven't. For digital books, make a list and point. Okay. Rule number 7 got us trust exercise, so I need to close my eyes and point. Now, I've done this before, and you might remember I'm not comfortable with showing my whole body on camera. It's just a thing. I don't even like when I turn. Yeah. Anyway, so I have an area of my shelves here. And I'm going to turn in my chair like this. I'm going to kind of keep my head facing you guys, and I'll close my eyes, and I'm going to just kind of circle and move my hand around these areas here. And I'm going to count to 10, and when I hit 10, I'm just going to grab the first book that I can feel. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, what have I got a hold of? Mercury Boys, Chandra Prasad. After her life is upended by divorce and a cross-country move, 16-year-old Saskia Brown feels like an outsider in her new school. Not only is she a transplant, but she's also biracial in a population of mostly white students. One day, while visiting her only friend at her part-time library job, Saskia encounters a vial of liquid mercury, then touches an old daguerreotype, the precursor of the modern-day photograph, and makes a startling discovery. She is somehow able to visit the man in the portrait, Robert Cornelius, a brilliant young inventor from the 19th century. The hitch, she can see him only in her dreams. This sounds awesome already. Saskia shares her revelation with some classmates, hoping to find connection and friendship among strangers. Under her guidance, the other girls steal portraits of young men from a local college's daguerreotype collection and try the dangerous experiment for themselves. Soon they each form a bond with their own Mercury Boy, from an injured Union soldier to a charming pickpocket in New York City. At night, the girls visit the boys in their dreams. During the day, they hold clandestine meetings of their new secret society. At first, the Mercury Boys Club is a thrilling diversion from their troubled everyday lives, but it's not long before jealousy, violence, and secrets threaten everything the girls hold dear. Are they going to get mercury poisoning? Because that's the first thing I think of. Probably not. Probably has nothing to do with the whole point of the book. Anyway, here this is. I know this one's been out for a while. And as with any of these books that I'm talking about, if you've read them, please let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed them. Again, please no spoilers. Be nice. Roll number 9. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 20-sided dice. So I have my little 20-sided dice that came in a fairy loot and the notepad that came with that. So I will write out 20 titles and I'll roll the dice when we're back in the library. Roll number 8 got us the 20-sided die. I have my die right here. I probably should have filmed this out on the other table so you could see where the die lands. You're just going to have to trust that I'm going to tell you the truth. I've got my list right here, and here we go. 4. Cupcake. I got another one from my recent haul. This is Cupcake by Cookie O'Gorman, and she is the author of Adorkable, which I absolutely loved. This one is, actually, the back of the book says it really well, so I'm just going to read this to you. And if you watch my haul in a few days, you're going to hear about some of these books over again. I'm sorry. You can fast forward through those bits if you want to. But this says, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this will be just one more story of the ignored big bone girl who sheds her glasses and a few extra pounds and finally attracts the notice of the most popular guy in school. Except it isn't, because I'm not unpopular, not all that ignored, and I love the way I look just as I am. Then someone puts my name in for homecoming court. The bigger surprise, people actually vote for me. Now I'm a princess, whether I like it or not, but the guy I'm paired with isn't exactly Prince Charming. Reese Castle is a strong, silent type who always wears a frown. He's certainly never smiled at me. I'm 99.9% sure he hates being on court and being my partner, but surprisingly he doesn't switch when he gets the chance. Now his name is spelled R-H-Y-S, just like the shortened version of Rhysand from ACOTAR and ACOWAR and ACOMAF and all those books. Turns out Reese has a secret, something that makes him run hot and cold through the entire 3 weeks of homecoming festivities. Whether he stepped on my feet during dance lessons or gallantly escorting me through the homecoming parade, I can't get a read on this guy, and for the first time I find my confidence wavering. But there's more to Reese than meets the eye, and the more the spotlight shines on me, I realize there's more to me too. So I'm expecting cute story here. I mean, look at the cover. It's cute too. If you're not familiar with Cookie O'Gorman, I highly recommend you read Adorkable. I loved that book so much. So much. And what are we going to get? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll again. 2. 1, 2. 20-sided die again. Alright, so we're going to come to the list and cross out Cupcake, which is number 4. Because roll number 9 also got us the 20-sided die. How did this happen? Cabbage Pots and 20-sided dice everywhere in this round. This is bananas. Alright, so we're going to roll this again, and 16. Hooky Volume 2. Okay, so this is a graphic novel, and it's right over here. So this is the second. I could have used this for a sibling book, actually, but I didn't. This is the second in the Hooky series. It is about twins Danny and Dorian, and in the first book they miss the bus to magic school and you can only catch one bus. It's like the Hogwarts Express. It makes one trip to the school in the year. And so they have to make other plans, and this is the second book in the series. As I said, it is a graphic novel. The art style is really cute, and I am very much looking forward to reading this, even though it is kind of a spooky, witchy kind of thing. There's no wrong time for Halloween. I've said this many times. And our last roll, where is it going to take us? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cabbage Pot again. What are the chances we could get 3 Cabbage Pots in 1 month? Well, this is so funny. How did we get a 3rd Cabbage Pot? It's so weird. Okay, so we've got the hat back. We're going to mix and mix and mix and mix and mix. I've got a hold of one. What does this say? Oh, this is one that's tiny print. Spineless by Samantha San Miguel, which means it's going to be over here. Alright, here we go. Look at this cover. This looks just like fun adventure. This is definitely going to help me with my reading goal. I have a school year long reading goal to read more middle grade. It's very general, like just want to read more middle grade. And I've got Hooky, which is middle grade. I've got Northwind, which is middle grade, and this one. So I think we're doing good there. Let's read what this one is about. Wild boar, alligators, hammerhead sharks. Can 12-year-old Algie Emsworth survive the swamps of South Florida? More importantly, can he survive his asthma attacks long enough to make a scientific discovery and fulfill his dream of becoming a real naturalist? With the help of Frankie and Lulu, intrepid heiresses to the Hotel Paraiso, Algie embarks on the adventure of a lifetime as he escapes certain death, discovers a brand new species, and goes head-to-head with diabolical thieves, all while a deadly and mysterious red tide ravages the beaches and a possible curse threatens to close down the Hotel Paraiso for good. Can Algie, Frankie, and Lulu save themselves, solve the mystery of the hotel's curse, and save their never-before-seen species? Fun, fun. Look at the back of this. So this is definitely giving me all the, like, coastal vibes, especially, you know, the back cover, and very Florida. Okay, so here is our stack for January. Now, if you're new to this channel or don't remember, because I haven't talked about this in a while, I have to read at least 5 of the books on my TBR. If I read all 10, then I get some kind of reward. That might be a book shopping experience, or it might be just some kind of like block out this many hours on a weekend that I get just to myself to read. Some kind of reward for reading all 10 in the month. So December went really well. I did have to swap out a couple of books to fit prompts just because I got all these new books from my haul that you'll hear more about when you see that video. Anyway, yeah, it's December 30th as I'm filming this, and I haven't picked what my reward is going to be because I definitely finished my TBR. Yeah, I'm rambling. Okay, it's time for me to wrap this up and go do something useful. Probably edit this video. And so I'm going to wish you all a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading. Adios.